Introducing first, fighting out of Stephon Showstopper Young, Nonito Donaire. Once again,
Chief second. Good, clean championship fight. Just obey my commands and protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
and we are underway for this WBA Bantamweight Championship. Nonito Donaire
that he has to avoid. I saw him in the pre-fight interview, and he said, "No, look at this fight exactly the way that he approached the Tay fight."
Nice right hand to the body by Nonito Donaire. This is the first time he has fought for gold, and they both exchanged nicely off the clock.
But you can see the power right there when Nonito moved Young across the ring.
Well, Nonito Donaire has fought some high-level competition. Guillermo Chinian beat Jorge Arce as well. I mean, what a career. And still has that fire to continue to fight at this high level of prize fight.
Against a southpaw, doing a great job so far, much like he did against Rhythm, and throw those power shots that he's known for.
We'll see if Stephon Young, who is trained by Herman, trains quite a bit of quality fighters, including Luis Ortiz.
Yeah, and that's what he has to do. He has to throw something. Yeah, he's just walking forward.
Well, Donaire is cutting off the ring. Final moments of our opening stanza here between Donaire and Stephon Young, leading this tournament from moving forward.
Absolutely, and that's what you got to do. That's why you hold guys that Zolani Tay was not able to fight in this fight. But there's that left hook across the ring. And you can look right here. Boom! Hits him with that left balance. And look at that, 1.5 inches taller than me. I prepared for a guy that had a 4-inch reach advantage fighter than Tay.
Well, but if there is a fighter or experience been in high-level situations for quite a while.
Absolutely, and that's why he said it would be
Stephon Young, as we talked about early in the broadcast, he is
because right now Donaire's not thinking about anything. He's just coming right to him. That left hand that he just threw, that's what he has to do in order to keep Donaire on.
St. Louis has been a home for the Spinks family, Michael and Leon and Corey as well. Leon's son only loss coming to Stephon Young's dossier was to 21-year-old Filipino boxing. He was down in the third.
He says, well, it feels great because now I'm fighting guys my size.
Well, and as you get older, there's a left hand that can rise in, and the discipline that Donaire has to be able to get
back. I'll tell you what, from a guy who weighs about 225 pounds now, it is hard to get back down to your player.
And there is Nonito, just some of the action from the second. Here is Stephon Young showing some success.
Yeah, he surprised Nonito right there, and that's what I'm saying. He's got his hand, then follows it up with a hook. That's exactly what you're supposed to do if you're a southpaw, not expecting that combination.
Final. And Stephon Young, as Donaire
is developing a mouse up underneath his left eye.
Underneath the left eye of Nonito Donaire. And another straight left that was partially blocked. Referee who's been in many championship matchups as the referee. Right hook that connected, and Young seems to be finding his rhythm. We saw evidence of that and towards the tail.
Moving now. He's sitting more in the pocket. He's willing to trade with Donaire. Is that a smart thing? I don't think it is.
Movement in order to keep himself not as easy of a target, because Young is finding a home for that straight left as it's finding its mark for Stephon Young and to grow. With this being his first world title shot opportunity, there could be doubt in the mind.
I think gave him a lot of confidence with the right hook. He's like, hey, listen, man, I can hit him with things, so now why don't I just stay here?
In the playoffs for the first time in the NBA, and you're taking on the end of the first quarter. Mentally, you think, I can hang with this team, and we do
at any point.
Well, no question. It's still a past 2 rounds. Donaire, though, looking to assert himself once. Good ebb and flow action. There's a big right here, and that buzzed Young. And Young seems to be staggered for a brief moment.
That's coming. He can't be there. He's got to get off those ropes.
Round 3. That's coming. There's Herman Caicedo in the corner of Stephon Young.
Donaire throws a straight right hand.
Well, there's Stephon Young.
But here it is right here. Double jab, followed up, blinds him, hits
Young was lit up with that right hand, but it was set up, Kendall, how? With the double jab.
With a double jab. And that's exactly what Donaire did in that last round. And Stephon Young got
compared to the second and the third, Kendall. Tried to make Stephon Young uncomfortable.
Great champions and elite fighters, they have want your opponent to become dangerous.
Obviously, a world title is up for grabs, but also a berth to the final of the world.
Trying to feint and set. Once again, nice uppercut. Hit him right.
And Donaire is looking to add in a left hook that connected.
Stephon Young blinking, that right eye is really bothering him at this point.
Really thinking and trying to observe and get away from the big punches of Nonito. Nonito Donaire with a 50. Stephon Young going back to the corner, and he has.
You can see him walking forward, boom, throwing that uppercut coming right between the gloves, leaning forward, which sets him up perfectly for that left uppercut right there.
And he did Nonito Donaire. And there's Stephon Young answering back, though.
And that's exactly what champions do. He tried to catch it and shoot, but he wasn't able to catch it, but the shoot.
Donaire. Stephon Young, Donaire the champion. And Donaire starting off and going right to the body of Stephon Young to start
in a row, and it looks like he's just going to try to go after Stephon Young at this point and try to.
Some deep waters. The question is, can he survive and keep himself afloat?
Stand his ground at some point and not let Nonito continue to come forward and pot shot.
There's a jab followed by a right for Donaire.
And you know, he's trying to make Nonito Donaire to respect him, because Nonito Donaire continues to walk forward.
A good defense does Donaire. He is, and an uppercut that backed up and snapped the head back to Young. I think Donaire knows. And also, Kendall, there's a
nice
big
counter shot.
Young sat down in his punch and he landed. Look, you cannot count out Stephon Young, and taking a look at the punch stat numbers. And there's an uppercut.
He's fighting a four-time world champion, and he's coming out his arms.
You cannot question the heart of Stephon Young, and there's to stay in the center of that ring.
He's backing him up to the ropes again. That's exactly Ryan Burnett in his previous fight. Nice shot by Young.
As we end, Stephon Young.
Hands up, be smart.
And let's take a look back at some of the work from the fifth round. Here is Donaire stepping Young through a right hand, but there's that right uppercut jarring the jaw of Stephon Young.
Yeah, right uppercut. Donaire knows that shot is there, but you see Stephon Young right there going. He can't walk in without his defense.
Shot just so that he can get Young comfortable. You see that
36 years old, four-time world champion, so he knows all the tricks of the trade.
And you know what is interesting, Kendall, is guys in the lighter weight classes, I'm talking about 30 on, you're considered an old man.
Right.
And the fact that Donaire is 36 years of age, 18, a world champion at 18,
right.
That is...
Weight classes, 36 years old, most guys don't have all of that left. But Nonito
Donaire, a lot of the audience and say that Nonito Donaire when he was 22,
right?
But he has gotten smarter. Placement of his is calculated, and there's a reason for why he does what he does.
Like the Filipino Thunder.
Exactly.
At this point.
We'll see if Donaire has certainly been throwing quite a bit of thunder. Stephon Young, something that has been absent from his repertoire.
You got to give it to Stephon Young. Listen, he's biting down. He knows that he's down in this fight. He's down, sitting down and trading shots. Once again, as you can see him connecting right there.
Cannot get too comfortable because Young certainly has quite a bit of pop. You know, Kendall, having been inside the ring, the punches that are the most dangerous are those.
Put the earmuffs on because you can't see that shot coming.
And they're not earmuff defense was that, and you mentioned him earlier, Winky Wright. There are not many guys to be able to evade. And there's a back down goes Young on a thunderous left hook.
And they're talking about Nonito Donaire at this 118th. Everybody better watch out.
Good night, Stephon Young. Nonito, my goodness. And now we await, we hope that Young is okay. He's moving.
Yeah, and Nonito Donaire showing concern for his opponent. What a gentleman. But listen, you got to give it to Stephon Young. He came
Talk about a candidate for knockout of the year here in 2019. Oh my.
We talk about his power at 118. Yeah, he carried some power up to 122 and 120. As you can see right here, he comes back with the level. Bam!
Boom!
Hit him right on the chin. And that was it.
Good night.
That left hook.
Look, and Stephon Young left his chin in the air, waited too long. Boom!
Sure did.
Night-night.
And the fundamentals, you can see right here, Nonito Donaire sees the open shot. Boom!
He was unconscious going to the canvas.
He was
unconscious before his back. Nonito Donaire getting an emphatic knockout on Young.
Unbelievable. But what a great performance by Donaire.
His back.
And I can tell you, you can see the concern about.
7th round for your winner by knockout, and still the WBA bantamweight champion of the world. Moving on to the final of the World Boxing Super Series bantamweight tournament, the Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire.
Subscribe, like, share the best boxing reels.